Nerds live here today, coming to you on the Chairshot Radio Network, a part of the Chairshot.com, the official home of Bandwagon Nerds. It is I, your host, Dave Unger, coming to you here today, and I have to apologize to my two partners. It's never a good idea when the leader of the show basically says, hey, we're starting now, and the other two guys are like, it's an hour earlier than we thought it was going to start, and everybody's scrambling to get their stuff done. But you guys are troopers. You're here, and it'll be a good time. We got lots of Super Bowl trailers to take a look at. We've got Ray is dancing over there. He is in the groove already. We got second round matchups and Battle Royal Madness. We've got the plot thickens over at Warner Brothers and Paramount. Some good news and bad news for Disney here today. And of course, we're going to pay our respects to the loss of somebody in the entertainment industry this past week. But let me welcome into the show my good friends. Of course, we do have to acknowledge that our fearless leader, Patrick, not here. He is now officially part-time Patrick, and he's sipping a cocktail at Animal Kingdom in Florida. Go get him, Patrick. God be with you, and have a good time. Don't worry about us. We will try to hold the fort down. But welcoming into the show, as always, as we do here on Bandwagon Nerds Live, it is my two besties. I mean, these are the guys, my two Valentines. You guys are my Valentines today. Yeah, exactly. Way to go. The one and only, the EVP of all things Chairshot related, the one and only PC Tunney, who's had Wednesdays open this past couple weeks because Greg and Patrick are podcasting again.
I just let whatever happened previously soak from now on, unless I got something going on. We got a pretty solid lineup though every week. I mean, there's at least 4 or 5 shows every week dropping on Chairshot Radio Network. Plus, you got special weeks where there's more than one project coming from attitudeofaggression.com. Make sure you're hitting that website and the chairshot.com. Yeah, a fun show today for you.
And again, I found that this thing did not create a post, but Tunney, you found it already. I found it. It's weird. I can go and get it, but I can't repost it. I'm like, that is interesting.
Well, you just got to copy the link and it'll drop the video in there.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. Tunney's already done it, so I'm going to say yes. Repost and tune in and all that
YouTube
fun.
alert popped up, so shout out to our YouTube viewers.
Well, yeah, Dude, I don't know what X does half the damn time. They've got to figure out. I mean, they make live streaming.
We had multiple commenters on our Game Gone Wrong broadcast last night. So hey, if you're tuning in and we're talking about something you're interested in, you got a comment, just drop us a line.
Yeah, you already heard his voice, the one and only Raymond S. Cashington Esquire, the Prime Directive. I like that. That's kind of nice.
Prime, baby.
Ray Prime, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Prime Direct, Ray PD.
Sorry, Cedric Alexander. I'm stealing your nickname. I have a Valentine's Day poem for you.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Roses are red, violets are blue.
No. I'm more original.
Cristobal's the man. What about you? I got it.
Let me finish mine. Can I finish mine?
Sure.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Dad ass is fat. Sit on my face. Happy Valentine's Day.
You missed the rhyming aspect of the poem.
I know. That really hits you right to pops. It sticks out right on you.
Hits right in the nose, huh?
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Okay. I love you. You love me.
No.
Please
Flash
don't
Gordon
go there.
is must-see TV.
Ooh. Patrick is probably going to hear that and be the grin on his face is going to be tough to remove after that one, Raymond. That was very nice.
Roses are red, violets are purple. Come over right now. Don't forget the gerbil. What?
I was going to say, sit on my face again.
Jesus.
That one rhymed.
It did rhyme, and that is a different kind of Valentine's.
Your problem here.
That's a different kind of Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Bandwagon at night, huh?
After dark. Yeah, this is our after dark episode, even though it's like 10:30 in the morning here in California. We got a really good show for you guys here today. We're going to be checking out some Super Bowl trailers. Yes, I said Super Bowl. The game's over. Get over it, NFL. You guys don't even care anymore. The Seattle Seahawks are the world champions. We're not doing any sort of four corners this week.
There was a football game at the Bad Bunny concert?
Yes. I heard like a few people tuned in for Kid Rock as well, but yeah, 5 people showed up for that. Anyway,
huh?
Yeah, and I like Kid Rock. I mean, don't get me wrong, but that's a whole different story. But we're going to look at some Super Bowl trailers.
Are red. Kid's name is Rock.
All right. Just let's move on. Let's.
Would you like
there? That one. Everybody gets to finish in their own mind because we all know what rhymes with rock. It's sock.
It's the network that the WWE was previously on. There you go. We'll leave it there. We are going to talk. We're going to update you on this ongoing saga.
Spike TV.
Yeah. All right, you guys are. I can see. We're going to update you guys on the latest with Warner Brothers Discovery, Paramount, Netflix, the triple threat that just will never end. It is 3 stages of hell going on over there. We've got some good news and some bad news for Disney. Who says you can't come home again? We got a movie that's coming out of nowhere that's coming back, and we're excited about that. We have some somber news that we will talk about, and of course, as I mentioned, the second round of Battle Royale Madness, which brackets are focused this week, Ray?
We are doing the video games and the world comics. So get your controllers, get your pages and your glasses like our good friend Mr. Tunney, and it's going down. Down is a very urban way of saying down.
Sounds like Ray's talking about controllers, and I'm thinking of that scene in Saving Silverman. This one's monster trucks, this one's porno, this one's both. So let's get into it. Enough messing around. Let's get into going into the trailer park to start things off. And we got some really good trailers this week. The first one we're going to look at is by far the longest of the trailers that we're going to check out today, and maybe the best. Because we're going to take a look at the trailer this is the final trailer for Project Hail Mary. This is coming out on very soon, March 20th, 2026, starring a guy who has really emerged as one of my absolute favorites, and that is the one and only Ryan Gosling. So if I can actually pull this one up, because this one I can't media share, but I can do this.
Ryan Gosling, the guy who could have been one of our man crushes last week.
Dude, you could have given me him. Okay. All right, before we get into this shit, before we get into any further on this whole thing, last week's episode was all about man crushes. As I was not here, I was attending the UAP Summit, which was phenomenal.
Felt like you were there, though.
You sent me your pics. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I did not send you those pics.
No, that's not what I remember. I thought you did.
Do I need to show the text message thread?
If you can find a text message where I said, give me Liam Hemsworth as my man crush, then by all means, show it, Ray. I will challenge you. Please produce that evidence, sir. It does not exist.
To the listeners, the funniest part about this whole thing amongst us is this is a 50-plus-year-old, happily married, heterosexual man who's fine with all of the Henry Cavill crush pics. But I picked
Say it, Dave.
cheap, second-rate Henry Cavill.
Say it, Dave.
Second-rate Henry Cavill.
Say it, Dave. Say it. That's not my Becky.
Yeah, that's not my Witcher either. But man, no, it was all funny stuff. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Henry. I mean, you got to live the gimmick, right? But speaking of living the gimmick, let's take a look at this. This is the final trailer for Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling. There is going to be some alien stuff going on here, so there is a bit of a crossover with Unidentified History hanging on here today. But let me pull this thing up, and we will get going on this thing. Where are we? Okay. Again, the final trailer for Project Hail Mary. Maybe. There we go.
I understand that you think I'm the right person for this mission. I understand the stakes.
Object approaching.
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct, including us. Dr. Grace, the world is counting on you.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky. We're here for the same reason. His son is dying too. If we're gonna save our planets, we have to learn how to communicate. Check this out. We have about 250 words. Let's find you a voice.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Oh,
Nope.
why is a school teacher in space?
Try this.
I am Rocky. I like.
So I have a new roommate now.
Hi, Grace.
Together, we're pretty smart. But no one's ever done this before.
It is time go.
I think you mean go time, pal.
There are infinite possibilities for this to go wrong.
This ship wasn't built for this. Now!
If Grace, Rocky save stars, we can go home.
I think this is a one-way trip for me.
I will not let Grace die.
Wow. Lots going on there, that's for sure. I've seen this trailer obviously like 5 times putting this episode together. I'll go to you, Ray, first. Your thoughts on Project Hail Mary, man.
So it's funny to me how you kind of pitch a movie to fans, because initially the thought process of this movie was, man, dystopian thriller about the world ending and a man who wasn't who was chosen but didn't choose himself to basically be sacrificed to try to save the world, right? Basically, less scientific Interstellar, right? And now it's just a buddy movie with Ryan Gosling and his alien friend. And I'm here for it, dog. I did it. So the last trailers we had saw, you could see a little semblance of a hand and realize that him and the alien were homies now. But you get to see the little rock spider, and they cool and chilling. And Rocky got a voice, and dog, the spider them sitting on top of the little, I guess, interstellar space skyscraper, and he just up there like that chilling. Look at it, it's so cute. Yeah, I'm here for it. I was gonna watch it anyway, but yeah, it's cute. And hey, and that Rocky is gonna sell hella toys, bro.
Oh yeah.
Understand?
Oh yeah. That's got big time toy. I mean, we're going to tie into something else we're about to talk about as far as, toys, marketing for kids and that sort of thing in just a minute. But Tony, your thoughts on this trailer for Project Hail Mary?
They just need to get people to watch this trailer, because like it really tugs at your heart watching this trailer, right? Like that's the first time I watched the trailer. I had forgotten what this was because it was so long ago we had watched that original trailer, and I was
The
like,
teaser,
oh, okay.
yeah.
And the teaser was more about this school teacher trying to get him to go to space, right? And like Ray said, now it's a buddy movie. So this could be, if this is, I was sitting here watching this trailer going, boy, if this is well done, it's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And like you guys touched on it, merchandising and things of that nature. If this was the 90s or early 2000s, there'd be an extra value meal at Burger King or McDonald's with cups.
Hey, that's very, very smart.
Nah, you guys are onto something. I mean, Rocky has got a lot of potential. This has got a lot of different elements going on. You've got, the fact that 2 star systems are about to die simultaneously, separated by light years or whatever the case is. and these two turns into a buddy cop sort of movie. But like you're saying, at the end, Rocky not letting Grace die. Grace basically, kind of concerned about whatever's happening with Rocky. You get those, like Tony said, you get these real tugging on your heartstring moments, and very few people do that better than Ryan Gosling. So I think that's going to be a big selling point. The guy is, he can do anything right now, and he's one of my favorites. So I definitely, after watching this trailer, I was even more in than I was before, because like you said, Tony, it really gave you more depth to what's going on. And this is why official trailers are so important sometimes, or teasers are fine and fun, but it's not until the official trailer comes out that you really get the grasp of what's going on, which I think is a perfect segue to our next trailer that we're going to look at, if you could even call it a trailer. And I'm gonna play this and run the risk that there will not be a major meltdown between all of us, as went down in the chat this week. But that was it, and we'll talk about why that happened.
Good conversation, yeah, good conversation.
It is a good conversation, but we're gonna talk about it here, and this is the Super Bowl spot we got for the upcoming movie Mandalorian and Grogu, which is Star Wars, and anybody who's a Star Wars fan knows about this. This is coming out not that far off, May 22nd, 2026. And yeah, let me go to live and let's take a look at this thing here.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 20.
That's fucking stupid. What the fuck was that? Let's have a Budweiser commercial. Get the fuck out of here. Star Wars sucks, man. How fucking far is Star Wars fucking falling that they have to have a stupid fucking Budweiser commercial as a fucking... This is dumb! That was stupid! That was fucking stupid!
You hadn't seen it before? Really hadn't seen it before? Okay. Tony's reaction is kind of what I have. And I do want to preface this that there was a very deep discussion about this past. Ray feels attacked. I mean...
That came out of nowhere, dog. I thought it was cute. I don't give a fuck about beer.
Ray didn't care about something else the other week. He was all mad about something else, so he can deal with it.
Tony's reaction is the same. That
remember what I'm talking about from four quarters?
I really don't. No,
you're like screw the draft capital. Screw the draft capital that the Mavs got.
Yeah. Tony's reaction is the same that my wife's had. She says, this is an adorable beer commercial. It tells me to go drink a beer, not this is Star Wars. And she's not wrong about that. I absolutely hated this spot. And Ray already knows Ray knows I absolutely hated this spot because I'm like, this tells me nothing about this movie that so many of us are waiting for. And yeah, I know it's marketed for the kids and it's Grogu and all that. I think that it does tie into a line from Star Wars. Remember in Return of the Jedi where, Luke tells the Emperor, your overconfidence is your undoing. And the Emperor says, your faith in your friends is yours. There's an element of that here, that their confidence in Grogu to sell tickets is, in my opinion, misplaced. But go ahead, Ray. I know you're going to give me the side of this from the kids' side of things, and I understand that, but go ahead.
I don't want to get to that first. I want to talk about the trailer first. Just the trailer. I'm not even going to call it a trailer.
It's not a trailer.
And that's my that's where I'm taking numbers with you two about this. I have no qualms with you disliking it, but there is no human being alive, and from my vantage point, that looks at 15 seconds and says, "Ooh, that should make you want to watch a movie." No, it was just to put it back in your mind that there was a movie.
I know there's a movie.
3 months away, right? Well, you do because you're a Star Wars diehard. But how many people watching the Super Bowl know that the movie's coming out? Legitimately. Sometimes we're so deep in the bubble, we forget we're in the fucking bubble. So yeah, we know we literally come in here every week and talk about release date after release date after release date. 99% of the world don't think about shit like that. So it was a cute way just to put them back in your populace. The other thing, and this is clearly a Ray is straight edge and doesn't drink thing. None of that made me think of no fucking stupid ass Budweiser commercial.
It's the
And now-
Tauntauns are the Clydesdales, though, Ray. That is
But-
straight up from a Budweiser commercial.
Got you. I'm 37 and I don't drink. I don't think of that shit.
Ray,
Well, look,
a
Ray, would
lot
you
of-
feel
a lot
better
of-
if they were chopping up powder like the cocaine that you
Nothing-
do all the time, Ray?
Nothing-
Oh, that's-
nothing- Jesus Christ, we don't call him El Chapo for nothing. Listen, here's the deal. A lot of what Ray and almost probably all of what Ray is saying is correct, but you can't explain away the stupidity of which I just fucking watched. I don't care what your goal was there, you missed.
Well, and
I
here's
don't
the
understand why it's stupid. Maybe that's, and I'm not disagreeing.
Here is-
I
It's
just
a
don't understand.
Budweiser commercial.
well, here's the divide, and this is where we get into this whole thing in the
Not to me,
dividing
not-
line.
Ray,
the dividing line.
Go on YouTube after you're done watching this show.
No, I know the
everybody,
Clydesdale commercials. I know them. Yeah.
And search Budweiser commercials. Watch like 3 of them. Any 3.
No,
and then tell me that wasn't a Budweiser commercial.
I know the commercial you're speaking of. Now that I think about it, what I'm saying is, initially just watching it, I didn't make the connection because my mind wasn't trying to.
I need
But I
another
don't
Miller
drink.
Lite.
I don't drink, so that's not something I never really paid more. You could Coca-Cola and the fucking polar bears in the cold too. They stole from Coca-Cola, right? No, it's just a fucking trailer.
It is
One more question, Dave. I'm
No, no.
sorry, and it's all yours.
no.
Is
You're
there
fine.
or is there not multiple Star Wars movies, scenes, stories that are in cold, snowy areas like that? Wrong or right?
Yeah, Hoth.
Well, that's the problem. How the hell, if they aren't on Hoth in this movie coming up, it's going to be a big bait and switch. And I'm like, wait, how the hell did they even get to Hoth
So if
at
they
this
are
point
in
in time?
Hoth, will you come back and say my bad?
Well, it depends what they do with that.
No, because they're not going to film a Budweiser commercial on Hoth.
Okay, one more question.
I
Is that
don't-
exact scene, them riding the Star Wars Clydesdales, I don't know what they're fucking called,
Tauntauns.
is in the movie, will you come back in May and say my bad?
No, I will still say, why did you put a Budweiser commercial in your movie?
It
But
depends
if
what they
it's
do with
in
that
the
scene.
movie,
It depends
it's
what
not
they
a
do with that
Budweiser
scene.
commercial.
Yeah. If that exact scene is actually in the movie, I will come back and say my bad, because I guarantee you that scene is not in
That's
the
real
movie.
shit.
I won't.
Now, all that being said, don't
I
like
won't
it. I'm
come
not.
back and say
I'm not
that.
questioning that
No.
you should or shouldn't like it. I just don't. Like
I think the problem is it really is, and this is a great conversation because it shows the dividing line between where you've got this hardcore audience that's kind of like me that was offended by this, because I'm like, dude, it's a Super Bowl. Give me something to go on.
Yeah.
This tells me absolutely nothing. And then there's the other side who, and my nephew and them, they love Grogu and all this sort of stuff. And I get that for season 1, great, Grogu, awesome. Season 2, great. By the time you get to season 3, and where Grogu makes the decision not to be a Jedi and kind of go and be Mando's sidekick, things start to get a little bit long in the tooth. And the other thing is, like, this spot clearly sets you up for one major thing. And that is that the bond is harder to break. So this bond that Mando has developed with Grogu, which he's not supposed to do as a Mandalorian, has now been strengthened and deepened. And that's obviously going to be a key point to this for this movie, and the breaking of that bond, and it's probably going to be broken in the most tragic way possible.
Maybe they couldn't find a job for a while, and they turned to delivering beer for Anheuser-Busch. Maybe that's while they start the movie.
He is a bounty hunter. If nobody needs to be killed,
Yeah, they're like, hey, we'll deliver your your
I know-
horse piss.
I know we got other shit we got to talk about. If you just indulge us for like 2 minutes. There's one thing you said that I want to flip, because I think just the idea of the thought process is part of the reason why I think you're looking at this in the manner you're looking at it. Grogu is not his sidekick. He has accepted Grogu as his son. That is a way different bond than just, I had a little homie riding with me. That's number one.
True.
The second thing is, from the idea of Super Bowl commercials, and it almost coincides with the conversations we've had about stuff like the Grammys and the Oscars moving to YouTube, right? And the socialization of media, if you will. If you've really paid attention to commercials over the last few years for Super Bowl, a lot of the movie trailers don't give you a full trailer. They give you a small little snippet and they say go to on YouTube and see the full trailer, right?
Right. Right. And
So,
we're going to get into one of those kind of like how the Super Bowl spots do a little something different, you know. But I mean, you're also talking about, what are these, like $1 million a second or something ridiculous like that? So
why
you
would I
can't
put
go.
a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah,
when
you're
I
not going
can
to put
give
it.
you 15 seconds, something that
Yeah.
you're going to recognize.
Here's
and then you
15
go
mil.
back to real-
Here's 15 mil, you know, and let's move on with our ad campaign.
Did
let's-
Budweiser do the Clydesdales this year?
They haven't
Yeah,
done
they
Clydesdales,
did it on this fucking trailer.
Yeah,
Fucking, you just watched it. That was a dumb fucking question.
So were you pissed off that Pepsi stole the polar bears?
That's good. That's good stuff.
Anyway, $8 million for a 30 seconds of airtime on the Super Bowl ads.
So that cost 8-9 millions because it was like 32 seconds. I don't know if they got their money worth.
$16 million for a
We
minute ad.
we are gonna have gonna have to have the conversation. May not be now. We could do it later, next show, whatever. Particularly with you, Dave.
Hey, you guys got some freedom next week to to dig deep.
Tune in next week, folks. It's going to be interesting.
I want to have it with you on air. You alluded to the idea of Grogu being the linchpin of this movie and a selling point versus toys and diehards and all that, kind of what the back and forth we all had on the chat.
Yeah.
I know we got a lot of shit to get to now, so we can move on. But I just want to be said, I think that'd be a really good conversation to have.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is, and you got to balance. You got to get the kids involved. I understand it's Star Wars. You got to keep them engaged, and that's fine. But from my side, was like, I just want to know what the hell happened to all the Mandalorians. You know, that's my main the main thing I'm worried about right now is why aren't they in the sequel trilogy? Why didn't Kylo, you know, with his, you know, when he anyway. Well,
this feels a lot like, we got to bring wrestling up so Patrick can be mad. But pardon the wrestling parlance, but it feels a lot like fans of Attitude Era in 2004 when John Cena became top guy, and he was in the PG era, and JBL is poopy type shit. It feels a lot like that. Like, well, why are we doing this? Why can't we just do this other stuff? Well, you have to rebuild your fan base. Half of them grew up.
That's true. We had a double turn in Night of the Seven Kingdoms this past week, so it's lots of wrestling parlance going around. But let's leave Star Wars behind for now. And look, when they do an official trailer on Mandalorian and Grogu, then I think we'll have a lot more to talk about because this is what it is. And although Tony and I are like almost offended by it, there's a lot of people who weren't, and that's fine. That's all right. Oh yeah, Ray, but you're a Ravens fan, so you know. I mean,
God damn. Don't be mad because we're the one good team in Maryland.
Hey, the Ravens won the Super Bowl on my Madden season. I just, you know, I wasn't involved because my team didn't make the playoffs, but that's because I suck, at least for 1 year.
How do you not make the? All right,
I'm playing at like a higher difficulty level, so.
Let's move on.
I'm 57. Tunney's all Madden winning 56-0 bullshit. Anyway, let's go on. This is an interesting one, and it kind of ties into the title of this episode and this live stream because we got our first look at a brand new trailer coming out for this series that kind of like a lot of us were like, are they really going to actually do this? It's called Spider Noir. Now, we know him as Spider-Man Noir. That's kind of what I know him as. But it's Spider Noir. This is coming on Amazon Prime on May 27th, 2026. There's actually two versions of this trailer, and we're only going to look at one of them. One of them's done in black and white, and that's the one I'm going to show because I think that's more in line with Spider Noir. There's a full color version. You guys are going to have to help me interpret what they're talking about at the end of the trailer. It's like, are they going to show some in black and white and some in color? Are they mixing and matching? How are they actually doing this? I don't know, but let's take a look at the trailer for Spider Noir coming to Amazon Prime, like I said, on May 27th, 2026. It's a weird one, guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's a weird one. So let's take a look at this thing. Sorry, forgot to unmute myself. So it makes sense now. So they are offering it in black and white and color, so you can watch it either way that you prefer. I probably am going to stick with black and white just because I think it's more in line with like the source material. Spider-Man Noir, whatever you want to call him, is a very kind of gritty, down to street level sort of character and that sort of thing. But Ray, I'll go to you first on this one. What do you think of this trailer? I mean, it's Nicolas Cage as Spider Noir. It seems kind of interesting. I'm intrigued. Yeah, Amazon Prime usually does pretty well with these sorts of shows.
Prime is good. This is the one positive of Sony owning the characters is that they can put it wherever they want. It's not stuck on Disney Plus. Not that I wouldn't want it on Disney Plus, but it's kind of cool to see shit like this in other platforms. I never in a million years would have thought that Nick Cage's voice in Spider-Verse movies would actually cause him to play a role that I don't think nobody was asking for, but we want it now. And has Nick Cage ever not Nick Cageified a role? And I got blasted. Like, dog, you ain't got to do it that extra, my boy.
Cageified. There's a verb that we need to add to the. Let me add that to the dictionary.
I got you,
Go
dog.
ahead. All right, man.
The part that's interesting to me, though, and Ben Reilly, if you follow the history of all the different Ben Rileys, whether he's Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly, the clone, or whether he's Spider Noir, whatever, Ben Reilly's infinitely more interested in Peter. Sorry, Peter. Peter cool. Ben Reilly is a fucking downtrodden motherfucker. But I like what any good true superhero show or movie is only as good as the villains that are involved or the antagonist if it's not a powered person. And apparently, clearly, we know that Electro is in this. We know that Molten Man is in this, and I believe that Sandman is in this.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe my favorite, most underrated Spider-Man villain, and partly yes, comic-wise, but partly because the first Spider-Man game on PS5, PS4 was so great. Mr. Negative. Is Mr. Negative in this?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
With the black and white? Oh, dog, you got me, bro.
That's why I'm saying I think black and white is going to be the way to go for this series. It's going to feel more natural, and it's going to be in line with what the series and what the characters are really about. And I mean, really, you can probably watch it if it's really good. You can watch it twice. Go back and watch it in color and catch the stuff that you missed.
Yeah.
Tony,
I may do that.
Yeah. Tony, what do you think of this one, man? I mean, this is not your typical Spider-Man series, that's for sure, but it's got some fun, different sort of. It's like, yeah, this is a troubled character here.
I like the cast. Lamorne Morris is in here. Yeah,
Lamorne.
Is it not Lamorne?
You don't got to blackify it, my boy. It's just Lamorne.
I thought it was.
Wow. First Cageify, now Blackify, all in the same segment.
Lamorne with the apostrophe, right?
I thought it was. I never heard his first name pronounced before, but he was in.
Lamorne, yeah.
He was in that. In that sitcom with Zooey Deschanel and Max Green. Yeah. So I remember him from that and a couple other roles he's been in. So it was interesting to see him there. I've been looking forward to this. I love Nick Cage, and I think this is like a perfect character for him to play, right? And the brilliance, you touched on it, Dave, is every fan of Spider-Man that is at our level and higher will watch it both ways. It's brilliant. You're going to get more airtime because of it.
Yep.
I'm a bit of a traditionalist like you are, Dave. Like, I mean, I would rather hear the foreign language and read the subtitles than the dubbing. So I think I'm going to start with black and white because I think that's the way this character's meant to be, right?
I think that's how he's intended. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I'll say it this way. Shades of Grey is a great
50?
way to describe this character, and it's probably
Shades?
even better way to take it.
Not 50 Shades of Grey, Ray. God.
Can I make a shout out? Can I make a quick
Roses
shout out?
are red.
Of course.
Shades are gray.
Go ahead, Ray.
Henry Cavill makes Dave feel gay.
Wow. I don't.
Happy. The word
happy.
gay means happy.
Very, very happy. Very happy.
Nothing wrong with that.
I want to shout out Shamik Moore, who's a fantastic actor, amazing dude, and the voice of Miles Morales. Shout out to Shamik for being a creep who loved Haley Steinfeld so much they pushed the movie back because now we got Spider Noir as a TV show. This doesn't happen. And Spider-Verse comes out when it's supposed to.
I do like it was only there for a second, but it kind of where I got the idea for the title of this episode. But it exemplifies and just really hammers home the difference between this character and Spider-Man. With no power comes no responsibility, and that's like, yep, that's right. That's good stuff. It's going to be good. I would urge people, go back. If you like the trailer, go back and watch it in color. See how it feels. This is the brilliant thing about the trailer, releasing them both ways as well, is try it on for yourself. See which one feels better, which one fits better, that sort of thing. And you get your own opinions on there.
Usually the Magnum fits better.
Yeah, you tell us this. Are you shopping?
There's a theme here. Anybody watching at home, there's a theme going on with this episode that
Roses are red, condoms are Magnum.
It's after dark here on Bandwagon Nerds.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Sit on my face.
You said it, not me.
All right. Now we're going to get into the aspect of this episode where Bandwagon Nerds merges or crosses over with Unidentified History, because we also got some new spots for the upcoming Steven Spielberg film Disclosure Day, which is coming out on June 12th. I've got two of them that I'm going to show kind of back to back, because one of them's the actual Super Bowl spot, and then we heard from the man himself, Steven Spielberg, for the first time talking about this movie. And boy, did this get the UAP community all a buzz, all the Twitter on this thing. So let's take a look at the Super Bowl spot for Disclosure Day, and then we'll hear from the man himself, Steven Spielberg, as he offers us his first thoughts on this upcoming film.
We're interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Are they people?
No.
Do you think there could be others?
People have a right to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
If you do this, there's no undoing it.
There will be no other day like tomorrow.
All right, so hold your thoughts. Let's hear what the man himself has to say about this thing.
I've always been fascinated with things that cannot be explained.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, so I'm gonna show you.
And I've made a lot of movies about things that cannot be explained, from sharks to saucers.
Do you think there could be others?
When I was just a little kid, I remember developing a real curiosity about the sky at night and what's happening up there.
People have a right to know the truth.
And also, not the possibility, but the guarantee that there is life off this planet.
People keep wondering, encountering the unknown.
People's questions about what is not only going on in our skies, but what is going on in our worlds, in our realities, has reached a critical mass.
They're coming! They're coming!
Of people's complete fascination with, are we alone or are we not alone?
They are starved for the truth.
And if someone knows we're not alone, why haven't we been told?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
Wow. Quite a bit to unpack there, right, guys? I mean, you've got the trailer itself, which is significant because you get to see the ship for the first time, the big mothership, which emerges from the clouds, fog, whatever you want to call it, which is very, in my opinion, very reminiscent of Independence Day, when the big ships first show up in the cities and they emerge through the clouds and that sort of thing, or whatever they're using for cover. But yeah, you've got hybrids, and that part where she goes, "Are they people?" And you get that dramatic pause, and he's like, "No," and that's like, oh shit. Okay, so now we've got, I still think, yeah, there's obviously hybridization of people going on. Emily Blunt's, that one scene where the guy walks behind the dude and the girl changes into Emily Blunt. you got that going on, but then Spielberg's comments are what got a lot of people talking. He's basically come out guaranteeing that we're not alone. You know, he says the certainty that there's life elsewhere off planet. And the big question, of course, at the end is, if we're not alone and somebody knows that, why haven't we been told? So, look, you can read into this all you want. You know, obviously from the unidentified history side of things, the UAP community has got a myriad of theories as to whether this is just like me. When I heard Spielberg's comments, there's a big part of me that says that sounds like something more than just movie promotion. The bigger part of me says, no, he's probably just promoting a movie. But am I sure of that? I don't know. I mean, he's been very interested in this topic for a very long time. Close Encounters has got all sorts of rumors about it. Tony, I'll go to you first, man. Your thoughts on this whole issue, because it is a movie trailer. Some people felt it was underwhelming compared to the spoiler. I'm like, it really didn't reveal anything new from the teaser, but there's quite a bit going on here, man.
I think there's a duality to Spielberg's target here. You know, it's the people that are in on it, up on it, and into it, and then it's introducing it to the people that may not have ever thought about it or dismiss it, right? So there's that duality there. You know, Spielberg lends credibility to storytelling, right? So regardless of where you stand on that scale of believability, you still know you're almost guaranteed to get a great story out of it. So it checks a lot of boxes, and it also gives us an opportunity to make sure you don't miss any episodes of Unidentified History on attitudeofaggression.com.
I see what you did there, buddy. That was very slick of you.
In a flash, by the way.
Raymond, your thought? I mean, I've not been successful in getting you on Unidentified History yet. I've noticed you just ghost me whenever I fucking ask you.
It's a timing thing. It's just a timing thing.
Sure. Yeah,
I am not as deep in the world as you are, but a lot of the things you say are interesting to me, and I would love to be on to hear it and be a part of the conversation. So I'm probably the best person, I think, of this panel to speak about this, because I'm one of the guys that would be, I would imagine Spielberg is reaching out to, and or marketing to. Reaching out sounds very personal.
Well, we are talking Valentine's Day, so.
Hey, well, with the personal different way. Roses are red. So the thing that went through my mind here in Spielberg speak is this: the mark of a true creative, the mark of a true artist, and particularly in this medium, the mark of a great director, is being able to find a topic that interests you, that you know most people don't care about, and finding a way to make them care about it, right? Ryan Coogler just made people care about vampires. Mm-hmm. You know, James Gunn famously made people care about a ragtag group of space pirates.
A trash panda.
And that too. There's a lot of people that is kind of the Guillermo del Toro or Inarritu, whichever one that made you care about the fish man that fell in love with the woman. Like,
oh yeah, right. The one that won the Academy Award a few years back.
The Shape of Water.
Yes.
That is what great directors are able to do, and great studios allow them the gravity and the levity to do such things. So I don't doubt Tunney. I don't like to give him credit. The word duality is the most perfect, apt description of this, because I do not doubt that Spielberg believes everything that he's putting forth in this movie. But also, belief don't pay the bills. So I'm going to find a way to make this interesting enough for you, the viewer, and not the viewer who believes this shit. The viewer, the 80% of y'all who are either not knowledgeable or on the fence about it. And I'm going to find a way to make this shit interesting for you so that you could say, oh, the movie was dope. And maybe you'll say, is there more to that? That is a genius role, and he is one of the greatest ever at doing it. One last thought. You are absolutely right. I got lots of flashbacks and reminders of Independence Day with how they use the clouds as cover. But if you want to be more recent and Spielberg has spoken a lot about how much he really likes and admires this guy. Jordan Peele's Nope.
Yeah.
The entire point of that alien was, or that UAP, I'm sorry.
You do not have to apologize for
I
that,
want to use the nomenclature correctly. But was using clouds as cover. So I think he might have taken a lot of, a lot of role takes from that, because of how its recency.
Yeah.
So something to think about.
Well, and I'll say this to tie both of your guys' comments together. There's a duality within a duality with this trailer, because like Tony's talking about the duality as to who he's marketing it to. Ray, you're talking about what Spielberg believes. I would go so far as there's a duality as opposed to what he believes versus what he knows. And that's kind of the underpinning of this movie, and what a lot of people are thinking is, does he know more than he's been able to let on? And is this... But I agree with Tony absolutely that this is about trying to get the message out to anybody who's just kind of... You've heard whispers of it, like they're talking about the interest in this topic has never been higher. And the attempts at the gatekeepers to shove this all back in the bottle has never been more aggressive than it's probably been lately. And then, as we know from doing Unidentified History, that's what's going on. But okay, we can spend a lot of time on that. Tune in for Unidentified History, especially as we get closer to June 12th. And the rumors that Trump's got a disclosure speech ready to go on July 8th. It ain't happening, but I'd love to be wrong about that. But anyway, let's get to the last Super Bowl spot that we want to do. And this is for Supergirl. We got a little... this one is just a little...
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Was I not muted?
I can't wait till the next Fern Gully trailer comes out.
Hey, let's go. Super Bowl 2027.
Shit all over that motherfucker.
So this is coming out June 26th. This is the last one we're going to look at. It is a Super Bowl spot for Supergirl. I'll tell you right now, there's not a whole lot here that we didn't already get in the teaser. But let's check it out anyway, because baby crypto? I mean, we're talking Grogu, so let's talk crypto. Yeah, let's...
Who are you? What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. This is not gonna end well for you guys.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
So again, there's not a whole lot there that wasn't in the teaser that we saw a month or so or a couple of months back. But you do get to see, I think the big thing is crypto. And you get to see crypto as a puppy, and you get to see the bond. I mean, we talked about the bond between Mando and Grogu, right? A few trailers ago. You get to see the bond between Kara and crypto here. And so, it's not just like he's, when we saw the movie Superman at the end where she shows up, hey, where's my dog? And all that sort of stuff. So you get to learn a lot more about the relationship between Supergirl and Krypto. But beyond that, it's the same thing. That we know Krypton didn't die in a day. I even more firmly believe that we're going to get the Kandor story in this movie than I ever have been before. And this teaser did nothing to dissuade me from that. So anyway, Tony, I'm going to let Ray think about it for a while because he's the big DC guy and the big Superman, Supergirl fan. I do like that part where they say, what's Superman like? And it's like, he sees the good in everyone and I see the truth. And that is very much in line with Supergirl's character. So, Tony, go ahead, man.
This needs to be like a quick-paced, hard-hitting, to-the-point movie. And Peter Safran has already confirmed it's under 2 hours. So the closer this is to 90 minutes, I think the better. This needs to be just a showcase of what Supergirl can do, in my opinion, right? You already have a really well-casted actress in the role, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there opening weekend, and I'm interested to see how much of the span of time the story encapsulates, right? Like, how far back do we go before Superman? And does that lead us right up to where she comes back to get the dog, too? So this would be interesting. This needs to hit. This needs to hit.
I have some good feelings about it, but we'll see about that. Ray, I know you're going to just shit on this, but go ahead, man.
Well, so see, first of all,
just kidding.
Stop assuming. Roses are red, asses are big. Shout out to the Ravagers. Shout
The
out to
Ravagers.
Thor's,
Gotcha.
Shout out to Thor's daughter, Love. We're keeping some continuity. Appreciate it, James. Hey, keep playing them hits, my boy. Let me tell you something that I'm interested in about this movie, and from this trailer. I am so interested in Kara and seeing her life on Krypton, because the one thing that people talk about all the time, where if we watch a Batman movie, I don't need to see the pearls, and we've seen this shit forever. We know Superman's origin a million times. We don't know Kara's. So I really am interested in seeing Kara before Krypton goes, why she's still younger than Superman, even though she was that's damn near the same age, and Kal-El was a baby. I want to see all that. I want to see it. I also want to see. I'm so interested in the idea of Brainiac maybe saving the downtown Krypton, or whatever the capital is. I forgot. But the Kandor storyline. You might get me, dog. That might save it.
Right. And like you're saying, the question as to why she's younger than Clark is, I mean, of course, Clark had to do the whole, well, they both ended up on Earth. It's a question of when they ended up on Earth, that sort of thing. So
I'm thinking that we're going to see some negative zone stuff.
I think you're probably right about that, Ray. And the dogs are not happy about it. You guys need to shut the hell up.
The dogs understand Superman's son, bro. They understand.
All right, sit down. The people watching don't want to hear you guys. I mean, they probably wouldn't mind looking at you, but hearing you, that's another story. All right, look. That's it for all the trailers we got. Some good stuff there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys watching at home enjoyed that. If you hadn't seen some of those trailers before, there you go. Now you have. So good stuff all the way around. We are going to take, well, I say this, for those of you who are watching along with us right now, you'll never know the difference between this. But for those of you listening to the final episode when it comes out, we are going to take our first commercial break here. I would remind everybody that Bandwagon Nerds is a part of the Chairshot Radio Network. We appear every Monday on thechairshot.com. And Tony, let people know about all that cool Chairshot merch that people can grab, including that elusive Bandwagon Nerd shirt that is still out there. Remember, DPP will show up shirtless at your house if you buy a shirt.
He won't. But yeah, head over to ProWrestlingTees.com/thechairshot. Check it out. Tons of great designs over there. Makes a great gift any time of year for a wrestling fan in your life, or just anybody who wears t-shirts. And that's everybody. ProWrestlingTees.com/thechairshot.
As Tony said, we will be right back. You are, of course, listening to Bandwagon Nerds here on the Chairshot Radio Network, a part of thechairshot.com. Okay, we are back. And, it wouldn't be a week if there wasn't a new chapter or a new segment of this saga that just will never end. It just will never end, guys. And it just every week it gets weirder and weirder and weirder. And this is no exception this week, as the latest element of the Paramount, Warner Brothers, Netflix, 3 Stages of Hell, hostile takeover.
You bring up like hell. We're stuck in like purgatory with this shit.
It really is. It really is. Somebody needs to move on. So this past week, Paramount has added some elements to its hostile bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. And what happened? Okay. Something happened with Ray's recording, but it's still going as far as I can tell.
Bandwidth.
Too much bandwidth. You're too important for us, Ray. That's it. Anyway, you're okay, buddy. We still got you. Let's get back to this thing. So what they did is, All that I really noticed from this is that they've agreed to pay a ticking fee. Now, I'm not sure what a ticking fee is. I got to look that whole terminology up. Signaling regulatory confidence and to fund the termination fee. So if this deal with Warner Brothers and Netflix falls apart because of Paramount's going to end up paying Netflix. You're going to pay all this money on top to Warner Brothers to buy Warner Brothers in the first place. Then you're going to have to pay something to Netflix on top of all that sort of thing. So I'm like looking at the video that's playing on here. Paramount will fund Warner Brothers $2.8 billion break fee due to Netflix as a separate payment, and a $5.8 billion reverse termination fee. This will eliminate Warner Brothers' potential $1.5 billion financing costs associated with its debt exchange offer. That's a lot of financial stuff, but all I can tell you is, it's like, dude, how much are you willing to pay to get this fucking thing? Right?
A ticking fee, usually daily fee paid by a borrower to lenders on unused, undrawn portion of a committed loan facility. So basically, it's like they're not capitalizing on the loan, so you're going to get a fee for that sitting unused, basically.
Which brings me back to my question that I just said. How much are you willing to pay to get this fucking company? Because it just, at this point, it's like, this makes no sense. Now the only thing that they didn't do was increase the price per share offered, still at $30 a share, which isn't going to sit well with some of the Warner Brothers shareholders. As far as I'm concerned, it's like, give me my money, that sort of thing. I don't care. But the big shareholders are certainly going to care about this sort of thing. But you got to remember, it's still $30 a share is still higher than where Netflix has been. If I'm predicting what's going to happen next, guys, I think Netflix matches Paramount's price per share. That's my prediction. They'll go up to $30 a share, and that'll really make things difficult on Paramount at this point.
But they don't have to.
We think they don't have to, but if they keep throwing money... Look, Ray, if they keep throwing money at Warner Brothers, sooner or later, it's going to get to the point where it's like, well, we can't just ignore this. There's a lot of reasons why they haven't been interested so far, but if you keep throwing stuff at them. Now, this isn't going to do it, because all this is doing is getting Netflix off their ass should this go the Paramount's way, right? That's the only thing I can see about this. But this isn't going to make any sort of difference to the shareholders or anybody like that. As far as I can tell, it's really the same old sort of thing. But go ahead, Ray. Sorry.
No. Thank you for that, because you know better than anybody. You're a shareholder. Sure. I didn't have the biggest level of esteem for Larry Ellison before this, but my God, I have so little respect now for CBS, for Paramount, for these people. I respect when you fight for what you want. Fight for what you want, my dog. I respect it, but at a certain point, you have to have the understanding that you lost. There's a level of humility to understand. You know what? I tried. Get him next time. I guess I'll go spend my billions elsewhere. Like, bruh, what are we? And the thing that is so maddening to me is Netflix isn't buying the entire thing. You really want it? Okay, go buy the TV channels. Let them have the movies in the studio and the website. Just go get the TV channels. That's what you really fucking want.
Yeah,
because Paramount is not known for its movies, at least Paramount Plus, right?
Right.
We know Paramount mostly at this stage of the game for Nickelodeon, VH1, BT, MTV,
CBS.
Cartoon Network, CBS, of course, CBS, Spike TV, which used to be called Spike TV, but now is the actual Paramount Network. Like, that's what we know this shit for. Go get the TV channels, bro. You are really. There has been a verbal agreement. I believe there has been a written agreement in works, and the only reason that nothing has happened is because the cash can't change hands because of the amount of money, and it's got to go through.
Well, they've got this. This is stopping it too, because Paramount, this hostile takeover bid is they can't just ignore it. That's
no, yeah. If you're going right to the shareholders instead of I get that. Yes.
Yeah.
But
no, you're right. There are regulatory stuff. Pat had posted something this week about a change at the regulatory agency that And I don't know if that's going to be favorable to Paramount from the standpoint of looking at this as an antitrust sort of situation, which I really, to me, this does not come anywhere near an antitrust sort of situation. I can't see where they're going with that, but I don't know. Tony, what do you think of this whole nonsense?
I'm tired of talking about it.
Okay, that's fair.
I really
Dynamite drop in money. Those broadcasting listeners.
Yeah, but think about it. Aren't you tired of talking about it? It's all the same bullshit. It's just another stupid,
I am tired of talking about it because it potentially could end up with him having a lot of money.
Well, no, it's not. I don't have enough equity in Warner Brothers for anything like that.
2 million shares of Warner Brothers Discovery.
If I had 2 million shares of Warner Brothers, I would not be here with you guys. Let me just put it that way.
Wow, thanks, bro.
Paramount,
maybe for the social interaction, but yeah.
Paramount keeps throwing down tire strips for speeding cars, and Netflix is a tank, so those aren't going to do anything. That's how stupid this is.
I am tired of talking about it to a certain extent, but I do find it, and it's just because of me, because the lawyer in me finds it intellectually fascinating just to watch this whole drama play out. And it's like, from a negotiating standpoint, which is something I do every single day of my life and for my job, it's interesting for me to watch. It's like, okay, what kind of aspect of this are you going to put there? Does this sweeten the deal a little bit? Not from a shareholder's perspective, but it certainly is going to get Netflix off their ass if Warner Brothers does an about face and says, yeah, we're going to go with Paramount. Sorry, Netflix. But Paramount said they'd take care of you for us. So, that sort of thing. Maybe not. We'll see about that. Onward we go, because damn well we'll be back on this subject in a week or two anyway. So yeah, earlier, who says you can't go home again, right, Raymond? I mean, we've got news that came out this week that kind of came out of nowhere that we'd heard rumors about this, but it's been confirmed. The Mummy 4 with Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz gets a May 2028 release. Finally, something that's not 2027. You got to wait an extra year.
You're right. You can push it further back.
May 2028. This was reported last fall. They first started talking about, whispers that the Mummy 4 might be happening. Now it's officially official. Rick O'Connell, Evelyn O'Connell. I don't know if their son will be back. I don't know where we go from, where they went with it, where Rachel Weisz, she was not even in the third movie, The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. So obviously her return is going to get fans talking, and it's going to be really exciting for them. Have no idea what the plot of this movie is going to be, and I don't think it really fucking matters, because it is Does it? Okay.
Yeah, only because the lasting memories we have of the Mummy are the third movie, which wasn't good.
No.
And the Tom
It's a good
Cruise
ride
movie,
at good ride at Universal Studios, but that's about it.
Agreed. But we have that memory, and then we have the Tom Cruise movie, which had a great concept but was poorly executed. So you got to make people want to watch it, and not just because Brendan is back. And that's going to be a big part of the reason why we do, because I think the world, I was going to say America, but the world loves Brendan Fraser. I think
Yes.
we always have, but especially with his comeback and what he's gone through and who he's been and the roles he's taken, we love him. Here's my qualm. Fourth movies are always kind of rough to play, right? Because we're used to trilogies. And there are exceptions to the rule, right? There was the fourth Spider-Man movie. The fourth Thor movie didn't go so well, but there was some necessities of it. But fourth movies are kind of rough. I'm not counting shit like Hunger Games and Harry Potter because they're fulfilling a book.
Well, yeah. If you're the fourth out of 7 or 8, then the rules are a little different.
Agreed. So Jurassic Park, I think, has the best thought process on this. Change the name. Call it The Mummy, Brendan's back, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and make that the name of the movie. That way, it is the heart and the soul of what you did originally, but you have a new concept.
I just thought of something,
Mummy
Ray.
4 and bring this shit back. And what else is there to do? Is The Rock gonna come back?
No, I got a better idea.
The Rock ain't never coming back to anything, Ray. He's not coming back to anything.
Let's do the Mummy.
Anything you like, anything you watch, he's not coming back to it.
Let's do this. The Mummy 4, and we'll get Robot Man from Doom Patrol, and we'll say The Mummy 4, the Robot King. Right?
I'm with it.
That might work.
So is the doctor is Niles the bad guy in this too? Just keep fucking everything up.
This is where Niles ended up in The Mummy 4. You know,
anything to get rid of Chatterton back in my screens, bro. Shout out to Reed.
We need Timothy Dalton. We need him back. You can never go wrong with Timothy Dalton.
And Alan Tudyk, one of the greatest actors in the world.
Yep. Tony, are you excited about The Mummy 4 and the cast coming back, or is this another one of these I don't care and don't want to talk about it scenarios?
How lazy is Hollywood?
I'm saying
we know this.
We're excusing it ever so slightly because it's Brendan. But like, if it wasn't, we would shit on this, dog.
That was my commentary.
That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough.
Hey, I want you to know, America, and everybody listening, this is Tony clocks in to do this shit.
Yeah, but I'm not paying you, just so you know, Tony. You know that ain't happening.
That was my commentary. Boom.
Yeah.
And Tony gets a check for this.
Those broadcasting lessons are really paying off. All right, let's move on then, since Tony's got not a whole lot to say. Let's go into a little bit of good news and bad news for Disney. And you know what, guys? I put this on the rundown a certain way, but I'm going to let you guys decide this for me. You want to talk good news first, or do you want to talk the bad news first? What do you think?
I say bad then good. What'd you say?
Yeah, you always get the bad news out of the way.
All right.
Yeah.
You're pregnant. We're so disappointed, Dave. We thought we taught you better.
No,
wife, bro.
I'm pregnant and Liam's the father. That's the worst case fucking scenario.
Yeah. You and second Becky, way to go.
Yeah, shit. It's no hope for me. All right. So the bad news that we're going to touch on with Disney first is we'll
name him Cristobal.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. All of us knew that there were big problems with the Snow White live action movie from last year. We found out this week just how big of a problem it was, as Disney revealed that they lost, get this, guys, $170 million loss on Snow White. And there's so many, this article that I put from Variety had so many issues in this whole goddamn thing. They went over budget, grossly over budget. It doesn't help when your main character, Snow White herself, slams the story, basically saying Prince Charming was acting like a stalker. Then you've got the issue with the dwarves, the dwarves that came in, the AI dwarves that really turned a lot of people off. Zegler just like an expletive-laden tirade against MAGA supporters, President Trump following his election for a second term, which I'm kind of like, all right.
And
I get where she's...
Don't forget, however you feel about it, but Gal Gadot coming out and saying the Israel shit at the time when it was really, really hot kind of hurt this shit too.
Oh, there were multiple reasons why this failed. And I'm not even going to get on my soapbox and say, see, what did I tell you? Live action remakes don't work, because that's not true. They do work. This was a difficult one to pull off in the first place, because you're talking about the original Disney animated classic, and nobody was clamoring for a Snow White remake or live action remake. And and then you get and we talk about it so much, like what has made the MCU so successful for the most part. I mean, there's some misses there and there. Casting is always such a big, huge, important aspect of things. And with this one, I'm just going to flat out say it. They casted this movie wrong in every way. You got the wrong lead. You got the wrong, evil queen. Maybe on paper it sounded good at the time, but boy, this just backfired in every possible way that it could have. $170 million loss. That's a lot to absorb, man.
I think Godot was a good choice for the Evil Queen. I just don't think Rachel Zegler was the right call, and I understand it because she's actually a fantastic actress, and she just came off of what's the movie that Ariana DeBose won for the West Side Story. She just came off of that, and that was such a big hit and everything. Here's the issue that this is the elephant in the room. We don't talk about this enough, but let's have this conversation now. Number one, our culture is riddled and almost ruined with nostalgia. That's number one. But to put that to the side. When it comes to these Disney movies or these movies that we watched as kids, the thing that we fail to realize is those movies probably shouldn't have been made. The idea of a movie of Snow White, a 13-year-old kid who gets lost in the goddamn woods and lives with seven dwarves, and being chased by a woman who thinks she ain't pretty but is gorgeous as all fuck with the fucking magic mirror, and the only thing that can save her is a prince. Like, yeah, that was cute in 1945.
1939, Ray. Get it right.
Well, I was close.
I think it's 39.
So we really need to think about why we were making
45?
these movies earlier.
The 39, right? Wasn't it 1939?
The 30s.
Tony,
the actual year.
Tony's our intern. He'll look it up. Yeah, I'm still not paying you for that either. But go ahead.
But the idea of a lot of these older movies that may be remade might not be the best idea to do. And I think you did Aladdin, it worked because that transitioned. You did Beauty and the Beast, that ended up finding a way to transition well. But there's some of these that you like. Don't please, dear God, don't do Sleeping Beauty.
So, like, this is a 1937 film originally from Disney, and it's an 1812 Brothers Grimm tale. So, like, this is an 1812 tale.
Yeah,
this is like early 19th century tale is what.
Sure,
this is.
Some movies are going to work okay. This is not one of them. Like, I don't know, had they done a live action Pinocchio? That's another one I'd be very aware. Have they?
Tom
And how
Hanks
did?
was Geppetto.
Okay, all right. Jeez.
It did well, but that wasn't a big budget.
And I mean,
film.
and they've done like stuff that they've done that's smart. It's not just a straight rote live action remake of Cinderella, right? They did Ever After, which was a cool spin on that whole story, which was something sort of different. I like that sort of stuff, but this one had, I think you're onto something, Ray. You gotta, if you're gonna do something like Snow White, you gotta modernize it a little bit, and they just didn't. They didn't do that at all, and that's a big problem with this.
We don't talk enough about the shit that works, right? Lilo and Stitch made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right? You have so many newer things you've done, and I'm not just saying this because I try to be the voice of Black America on the show, but the Princess and the Frog will make you're half black. Will make $1 billion motherfucking dollars if you do it. Like you already have Tiana, Anika Noni Rose, who played the voice. She ain't too old yet. Like stuff like that you can flip. Or the live action Moana movie is gonna make $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be smart. Why are we going back to these old Brothers Grimm shits? Why?
Nostalgia sells a lot, but you've got to modernize that.
It did
not here. But again, I think a lot of it is it's casting, and they didn't modernize this and make it appealable to a current generation. This has been a theme of this episode, is appealing to a current generation.
And you gonna think I'm crazy for this?
Well, I already think you're crazy. But...
Right. The only reason Beauty and the Beast worked, two reasons. One, because old boy that played Gaston played the fuck out that role.
Yep.
And because Alexander Skarsgård is fine as fuck.
Yep. But that one of the guys is now locked in Doorman Davis's body somewhere, right?
Shots Gad.
Tony,
come home safe, Josh.
Yeah, one of these days. Tony, what do you think of the Snow White and the failure of that? I mean, we've analyzed the shit out of it. I don't know if you got anything to add on to this or.
Not really. I mean, why do you just
live the gimmick?
No. But just seriously, like the only thing I have to add is like you're better off with the vault concept that you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these things we're just going to keep, and once in a great while we're going to re-release it for a short period of time, and if you don't have it, you can get it, and then it's going to go away again. Like remaking is not good. Like unless you're Police Academy, there's no reason to have 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 iterations of what you're trying to tell. Because, like, let's face it, Police Academy is probably the greatest movie series of all time. You know, it's undeniable. It's Steve Guttenberg. It's amazing. Ed Too Tall Hair, everything. It's Police Academy. It's amazing.
I thought you were going to say Ed Too Tall Jones. I'm like, what? That guy? God, you know.
I think that is who was in that movie.
The wrestler?
Or
In
the
what?
football
Police
player.
Academy? Oh no, Bubba Smith. Wasn't it Bubba Smith?
Was it Bubba Smith? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
But anyway,
Police Academy though?
yeah,
That was just a bit. That was a bit, Ray. I didn't really mean
No,
it.
I think you believe it.
But I have seen a lot of the police academies though. All of them actually.
Look,
Some of
Steve
them-
Guttenberg. It's Steve Guttenberg and everybody else. That's all you really need.
There's no better historical movie
3 Men and a Baby
than Ernest. Shout out to
Oh.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Ernest Goes to Canada.
All right.
Ernest jumps on Bandwagon.
This is going off the rails. Let's get into the good. Him too. Let's get into the good news
Ernest
for
Goes to
Disney.
Oshkosh.
Because it wasn't all bad news for Disney this week, and this ties into exactly what this will make our good friend Patrick O'Dowd very happy. Are you guys done? I'm glad you're.
We were quiet. We were doing it underneath what you were doing, man.
I'm glad you're entertaining yourself.
Well,
All right.
I mean, think about Ernest going to Oshkosh. It's really interesting.
Oshkosh, Jesus.
I mean, I've been to Oshkosh a couple times.
Right.
Ooh, boy.
I should spend a weekend there one day, right? That sort of thing.
You could spend a whole weekend there in one day. Yes, you could.
So we've been watching the trailers for the Muppet Show, the reboot of that, right? And we were, cautiously optimistic about, well, what is this going to do and how is this going to resonate with the current audience and that sort of thing. Well, the Muppet Show scored an impressive 8 million viewers. It's been called a streaming sensation. I did not think that we would get 8 million tuning in for that. That is a huge success. I think you gotta tip your hat to Sabrina Carpenter, man. You really got to, because she reeled in the viewers on this thing. Whether it's got some staying power beyond that or not, I don't know. But that has got to be a huge success for Disney, who's been hit and miss. Like this article that was this Movie Web was talking about, how Willow had come back in 2022. They came back with a series that I don't think you still can't watch that anywhere on streaming. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. They just got cut like Batgirl or something. Jesus.
Don't bring up old shit, bro. You got
old shit. Tron Ares
all over again.
Yeah, we had to talk about Tron Ares was hit and miss, but the Muppet Show, a very strong debut. That's got to be considered good news for the Muppets, for Disney, for everybody involved. Tony, I'll go to you first on this one, man. What did you think of? Were you surprised that the Muppet Show reeled in a number that big? And what does that mean for it for the future?
Well, you kind of got to take it in with a grain of salt, because the debuts are always good, because people, it goes away and it comes back and you long for it, and everybody tunes in. So we'll see what they're going to do with it now and how it's going to work. I appreciate the fact that they went more SNL, hee-haw, kind of thing, as opposed to Tonight Show kind of thing. So it's more of the old school Muppet Show, and we'll see what happens moving forward. I think a lot of it's going to have to do with that celebrity appearances and how you can capitalize. Like, you're going to have to capitalize on people like SNL does, I think. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited, but it's not easy being green.
I think you need to reach out to Disney and see if they got a job for you, because old boy playing Kermit now.
Yeah.
I think I have the perfect way for this to work long term. Don't make it a series. Quarterly specials.
I was thinking about that too, Ray.
Yeah.
Dave was introducing the topic. It was like, don't tell people that, like, don't give it a regular schedule. Just be like, ooh, in 3 weeks we're gonna have another Muppet Show, right? Like, I think almost like just once a month would be perfect.
That's fine too. But you know how hard it is. We talk about this all the time. We know how hard it is to write anything.
Ladies and
but
gentlemen, Ray
particularly-
Casher!
It's so hard to write episodic television. Now write episodic television for people that aren't real. For Muppets. And then write episodic television.
Characters.
Sure, but okay, then after that, write episodic television for established characters that are Muppets under the guise of working for a television show. That's a very specific, unique writing language to write. So if you give yourself the levity to do it when it feels right, and you have something to say, or to do, or a joke, or a character, or a celebrity guest that works, then you do it. But don't put yourself on the hook to say, okay, I got to get 13 episodes real fast, and because then they'll cut that shit out because people gonna stop watching after episode 5. Do it weekly or I mean monthly or quarterly or something like that.
And I like the idea about it doing quarterly as opposed to like a full-on episode because it gives you more time to get more impactful guests, right? If you're sitting there trying to do something like every week, and and I know they had like Sabrina Carpenter and then Seth Rogen and that sort of thing, and that's all fine, but
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, trying to keep that going on an episodic basis is going to be difficult. Whereas, and you could even load up if it's quarterly or something like that. You can load up an episode with 2 or 3 really high profile guests and really keep that momentum and keep people tuning in all the time. So I really like that idea, Ray.
Fuck around and mess up having Steve Irwin's son. I love him, but that's not an A-level guest.
Like if you guys say, you go quarterly, you give yourself about 12 weeks every episode. You go monthly, you give yourself about 4.5 weeks every episode. Somewhere in between there gives you enough time to build a super solid episode every single time because you can film over such a long period of time. You can meet people if it's so topical, right? So I what about like let's meet in the middle every other month?
I'm with it.
Right? Every 8 weeks.
That's with me. I'm fine.
Just make them specials whenever they feel right. You don't have to put a time frame on it, just not every week.
Give it to me. Before we move into Battle Royal Madness, got to talk about some sad news this week. We in the entertainment industry lost James Van Der Beek, and he was fighting colorectal cancer for at least a couple years here. And last time I'd heard about it, it seemed like he was maybe on the mend. It didn't work out that way. He was diagnosed in August of 2023. His wife, Kimberly Van Der Beek, had announced on Wednesday that he passed away. Left behind a wife and 6 kids, man. Dave, I talking about Steven Spielberg. I know I just saw like 8 hours ago or like in the last day, he donated $25,000 to James Van Der Beek's GoFundMe. A lot of people have come out of the woodwork to give donations for the GoFundMe. I think the donations have now surpassed over 2 million, which will certainly help soften the blow of this devastating loss. But he's definitely more your guys' generation than me. There's been some really touching pictures that I've seen. The who was it? Played Carlton on
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Ribeiro. His
Stacey
picture
Keebler got me.
Yeah, Stacy Keebler had posted a really heart-wrenching post. Alfonso took a picture with James, like literally probably within his last hour of his life. And it's very sad and touching to see those two together.
Katie Holmes gave a nice thing because, that was the Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for my life to be over. Yeah, copyright that, Spotify, bitches.
I don't think they're going to hit us with that one, Ray, but you never know. But like I said, Dawson's Creek, that's definitely your guys' generation way more than me. So I defer to you, gentlemen, as to your thoughts on the unfortunate passing of James Van Der Beek.
You want to go, Tony? You want me to go? The idea of the teen heartthrob goes back to the days of James Dean. We're talking 30s, 20s, of the young, probably 25, but plays 16, 17 on TV character who all the girls love and all the guys think is cool enough to want to hang out with. That is a trope that has been involved with television and media and from the beginning of time. And so in the 90s, there were a few. Not a lot of them did them as good as James Vanderbeek did. And not as many of them were able to parlay that into an actual meaningful acting career. James Vanderbeek is one of the people that you think of that had the look, had the range, had the gentleness and tenderness, but had the toughness that you want in a guy when you say number one on the call sheet. And one of the saddest things I will ever see in my lifetime is a man who was so successful and was so loved, and his family has to ask for a GoFundMe to be able to take care of his remains. And it just goes to show you that no matter how successful you are, no matter how good you do in life, no matter how many blessings or open doors or lucky draws you get, we all come in this world one way, we all leave another, and you never know what somebody else is going through.
Mm-hmm.
So for James, for his family, for his friends, for his fans, I wish you comfort. I wish you happy remembrances, and I wish James that however you believe, I'm a Christian. You're not fantastic, no judgment whatsoever. But I hope that whatever his next plane is, I hope that he is peaceful, and I hope that he is happy and healthy. And rest in peace and rest in power to James. I hate we keep losing him, dog. But we're at that age now where it's gonna happen. So, but I'll remember him for sure.
Yeah, it's we've lost a lot of people this year. I mean, it's been a rough start to 2026 on multiple fronts.
It's just the middle of February, dog.
It's
10 and a half months left.
Yeah. Tony, your thoughts on the passing of James Vanderbeek?
Roses are red, sometimes things are bleak, but I always have a smile when I remember James Vanderbeek.
You know, that was actually pretty good. I'm going to give you a golf clap on that
Good
one.
stuff, man. Good stuff.
I was in high school at a time. I wasn't one of these people, but a couple of the guys on the basketball team and a couple of really good-looking girls in high school. I should have been part of this. If I think back, I should have made myself a part of this. But they would get together every week and watch Dawson's Creek with one of our assistant basketball coaches. They would, and that's how much it meant to like that generation of us. Also, like Varsity Blues, like I can't not be here and sit here and have my take and go, I don't want your life. That's a
great show.
It's Dawson's
Great
Creek,
show.
and it's that line, I don't want your life, right? Like his dad yelling at him, and he throws the football right through his fucking face. I didn't know this until after he had passed, but huge Brett Favre fan. Had them change the number of his jersey for Varsity Blues to 4 because he was a Brett Favre fan. And like multiple pictures and visits and everything. And, I think the best thing you can say is from every account we've heard and witnessed, this was an exemplary human being.
Yep.
I got nothing to add other than
your life.
Why does that sound like Forrest Gump? But anyway,
it does. Go back and watch it. I don't want your life.
Wasn't Varsity Blues in Alabama?
Scott Kahn, by the way.
Could have been.
All
right.
Early Julian Edelman.
Because we're running a little bit long. We are running a little bit long here. Let's take our second commercial break. You guys at home won't know anything. But again, when we come back, Raymond S. Cashington Esquire assumes the helm as he leads us into some second round matchups in Battle Royal Madness as we're looking at video games and World Comics. You are listening to Bandwagon Nerds here on the Chairshot Radio Network, a part of thechairshot.com. Welcome back. It is time for a major throwdown. We have got all the first round routes out of the way. People getting their asses kicked and no hope or quarter at all being asked for or given. But now it is time to resume with second round matchups that should be much more competitive this time around. Raymond, the floor is yours, sir.
Do y'all watch First Things First? Because that was very Kevin Wilde-ish. Thank you, sir. That was pretty good.
Cool.
Welcome once again, everybody, to another rousing edition of Battle Royal Madness. Roses are red. You might be met with sadness, but get ready today for Battle Royal Madness.
Oh, you guys are getting better as we're going along here. I'm going to have to start coming up with my own rhymes.
That was off top of the dome, y'all. That was off top of the dome. Guys, we into the good stuff. We have gone through the first
Wait,
round.
I got one. Roses are red, violets are blue. You guys don't suck, so good for you. Go ahead.
I don't even think I can come after that, bro.
That's just Bandwagon Nerds, and he's Ray Cash. The greatest superhero ever is the fucking.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's go. Start the tourney. We're ready now.
So we've gone through the first round, everybody. So all 4 brackets, we have gone through the first 8 matchups, and now we're in the semifinals of the quarterfinals of the brackets, but these round 2 in general of the entire tournament. So because of the number of matchups we have to go through, we're going to do 2 today, 2 brackets. We're going to do the 4 round 2 matchups of the video games bracket and the 4 round 2 matchups of the World Comics bracket. And as you can see, a lot of X's. Got a lot of X's on the board. To remind the good people of where we stand, Kratos defeated Chun-Li. Pikachu had the upset against Mario. Cloud Strife beat Dave's Man Crush Monday. And Sonic made the biggest upset of the tournament, beating the Doomslayer. Samus Aran beat her doppelganger in Mega Man. Link defeated Desmond Miles. No Assassin's Creed here. Scorpion took out Solid Snake, and Lara Croft may be fine, but she ain't gonna beat my boy from Halo, the Master Chief. Y'all ready to get into it?
I am ready. I am ready, Ray. My body's ready. Roses are red. Sorry.
Roses are red.
Jason,
I love me some
beat
teddies.
ready. Dave's on the cast. Let's get ready.
All right, guys. Our 1-9 matchup.
Got some moving parts here.
Got some moving parts here. Yeah, you know, we do some stuff around here. You know what I'm talking about. Kratos, the number 1, versus Pikachu, the number 9. Now, I do have Patrick's picks. So, Tony, do we have our tiebreakers?
I have our tiebreaker picks.
Okay, perfect. So, I normally like to defer to our host. So, I will give Patrick the benefit of the doubt of him not being here. Patrick picks Kratos. Not surprising. Pikachu is like 1.5 feet tall. However, no disrespect to the height. I'm not height shaming because Pikachu has defeated every single Pokemon he's ever fought. But Patrick picks Kratos. Dave.
Yeah, I'm going with Kratos as well. The problem that Pikachu has is that although he's a lot faster, he can probably be elusive. And you know, it's one of these, it's like, you know, in a boxing match where you got somebody who's overpowered, it's all about like, stay away, keep your distance, don't engage in a toe-to-toe sort of thing. That's going to last for a little while for Pikachu, but sooner or later, Kratos is going to catch him. I mean, even if you, Pikachu's got that Gigantamax, that sort of big mega attack that he has. Maybe if he hits that out right out of the gate, he gets the advantage and can turn this. But I don't see it because sooner or later, Kratos is going to catch him. And I think Pikachu's big disadvantage is durability. Just doesn't have enough to survive the kind of attack that Kratos is going to unleash on him. So yeah, I got Kratos as well on this one.
Tony?
No, Dave brought up, you know, the durability and Kratos routinely tanks lightning and magic attacks. You know, he's got the axe, etc. So this is one of the easier ones today. We're gonna go with Kratos.
I would like to remind the people at home listening that Kratos killed the entire Mount Olympus.
Yes.
Number 1 seed for a reason here.
I'm just saying. We all are on Kratos, and I'd imagine DP picked Kratos as well. Not that we need his pick, but for sure. So let's move on, gentlemen. You want some more graphics, Dave?
I love your graphics, Ray.
Roses are red. Ray's got graphics. Look both ways before you cross traffics.
Speaking of traffic, we have the speediest person in the entire tournament. Hashtag journalism. The 13 seed who probably, I'm surprised, has made it. We got Sonic the Hedgehog going up against Cloud Strife from the most epic of all epics that ever epic in the history of epicdom, Final Fantasy. I'm gonna give Patrick's again first because Patrick actually picked Sonic. So let's go ahead and let's make this shit super crazy. Tunny, I'm gonna go to you first.
I also have Sonic.
Y'all tripping, dog.
The speed hacks here are what does it. Like, you underestimate Sonic's ability because he's like, I'm dressed like this for a reason today for this specific matchup.
Because you don't have any other clothes in your closet except for flash shirts.
Speed kills, bro. Sonic in a flash, Dave.
That big ass sword.
Sonic in a flash.
That's made by magic kills. I got fucking Cloud Strife easily.
He can dance around that though.
He's gonna get hit eventually.
No. It's over. Call it, Dave. Call it a match.
Yeah.
Don't do it, dog.
You got Sonic.
I got Sonic. I got Sonic as well.
Dog.
I got Sonic as well.
Going away. Woo! Sonic the 13. Baby.
You've got the speed blitz, and the problem is Cloud Strife's main attack is the Omni Slash. And it's going to be too slow to counter what Sonic can bring at him. And you know, I say the same thing. You know, you could, and I know what you're going to say, Ray. Well, why wouldn't Speed beat Kratos? Because Kratos is a lot stronger than Cloud Strife is, as far as that goes. And I think Tunny's right. I think Pat and Tunny are both right that you got Sonic that just wears Cloud Strife down with these speed attacks. You know, Cloud may get something if he hits him and gets the advantage. Then sure, but I really think you're underestimating just how fast Sonic the Hedgehog really is. I think this is one of these ones where speed is going to kill. And I'm with these guys, Ray. I'm sorry, man. I got Sonic pulling off yet another upset.
Can Sonic take out Kratos?
No worries, because Sonic is gonna get murderlated in the Sweet 16. We're making Hedgehog soup.
Oh, Sonic's winning this whole thing.
Sonic's taking the whole fucking tournament. Yes,
he's collected enough rings to beat anybody.
Yeah, I'm sorry, God. Man. I'm with the fellas on this one, man. I'm going Sonic.
I'm not picking Sonic over Kratos, by the way.
3 years I've been doing this tournament. This may be the biggest shock of the 3 years.
We got to have some upsets, man.
Make sure. I hope somewhere Patrick is watching this, kicking back with an old fashioned and watching the live stream and just. So he just stood up and just nods to us and says, "Well done, guys."
DP only had one upset. DP only had one tiebreaker upset, and this wasn't it. So it had to be picked by Dave here going into it.
Oh my God! All right, well let's move on to the 6-3. Link versus Metroid Zone Samus Aran. So, Legend of Zelda is one of the most epic games ever, but there's no Legend of Zelda you don't go through Metroid. Metroid is one of the OG characters and probably the first major female protagonist of a video game that we've maybe seen, especially as dangerous and tough as she is. But we're also talking about magic versus tech. That's always a fun conversation and a fun matchup. Dave, we'll go back to you. No, Tony, have you gone first yet?
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead, Tony. I got you.
I got Samus here. I think the tech, like you said, it just overwhelms Link. I mean, Link is really exposed if you take a look, right? You
But he
wear
got
down
his
the.
shield.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying we're we're gonna be happy for Link. He made it to the second round, and we're gonna move on.
Dave, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm with Tony on this one. Samus is gonna win this one. Link's he's got some range weaponry to him, but it's not powerful enough to get through that suit. So I think Link's only chance is to get up there and get close with Samus to try and do enough damage from a melee sort of standpoint to actually have a shot. And he just doesn't have the oomph behind him that he would need. He's going to get in there close. He's going to get hit with a morph bomb, and that's really all she wrote at that point in time. So this is Samus pretty handily, in my opinion. I don't think this one's nearly the debate between Cloud Strife and Sonic. I think just Samus has got too much power, and that suit's going to be a real bear to try and get through. So I got Samus winning this one as well, man.
Just for the record, Patrick and I both have Samus, so that is a clean sweep.
That is a sweep.
3-6 matchup, and I'm not surprised. You have your Iron Mans, you like your War Machines, you like your Black Panthers, and your Captain America's, the Sam Wilson version. They don't start without Samus. So shout out to her. And our final matchup of this bracket for today. We're going Mortal Kombat versus Halo, Dave's favorite game. The Master Chief versus Hell's favorite. Can he be the devil's favorite demon even though Undertaker is? I don't know. But shout out to Scorpion. We'll go Quan Chi's favorite demon. How about that? Since Quan Chi basically banished him to the Nether Realm. 2-7, guys. This is a dangerous 2-7. Scorpion might have been the most dangerous lower than 6 seed in the entire tournament. I'm gonna go with you, Dave. Who you got first?
Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, a really tough one. Master Chief has got the tactical superiority in this thing. He's got the advantage of, he's got the better range. He's probably got a little better reaction time than Scorpion does. If you just kind of take the physics out of the equation, Scorpion's got a lot of advantages as well, including the whole immortality aspect of this. Because Scorpion's... Go ahead.
I was saying it's kind of a thing, yeah.
It is kind of a thing. He's going to reform. I think the biggest problem is, you get in this kind of like this battle of attrition sort of situation where, yeah, you can't kill Scorpion, but Master Chief's just this walking tank, and most of Scorpion's moves and his attacks aren't going to be that effective against Master Chief. I think this is probably the closest one that, even though you can't kill Scorpion, you can disable him. And I think you could really get to the point where Master Chief can just tear off limbs and leave him just laying there and just kind of walk away. The Scorpion's best chance is this whole Nether Realm banishment sort of aspect. If he's able to drag Chief to hell, then Scorpion wins. But I think, given the parameters and the spirit of what we're doing here, where it's just neutral ground and these guys just meeting somewhere, I'm going to go with Master Chief on this one, but it's a tough one, man. This is the closest one so far because they both have significant advantages that they can utilize. But yeah, I mean, I think, Scorpion, a lot of what Scorpion does, other than the banishment to hell move, isn't going to work against Master Chief. I've got the Chief at a very, very, very narrow victory here.
For the record, I'm not surprised you picked Master Chief because Halo's your game, right?
Well, it is, but it's
you have sound reasoning too. You have very sound reasoning too. I want to go next if it's okay with you guys. I picked Scorpion. A lot of the conversation you just had, Dave, I agree with. Chief has armor that is so futuristic that it probably will handle a lot of what Scorpion can throw at it. Fire, just blunt force, weapons or fighting. But there's one thing that you're not, I think, thinking of that will probably take care of that armor pretty quickly. And it's the thing in his hand in this image. Scorpion's harpoon can pierce anything. And if he can get just a little bit through that armor, I think Scorpion can handle this. Now, mind you, this is the whole thought isn't fights to the death. It's fights to defeat. Now, if the defeat is by death, then fine. But you just got to beat somebody. But yeah, man, it's kind of hard to beat a dude who can't die, and it's kind of hard to neutralize a guy who bullets don't affect. So that harpoon, I think, is going to be the biggest thing that I think puts Scorpion over the top. I got Scorpion. Go ahead, Tony.
What's Patrick got?
I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want you to do the thing you do.
I already can do. I already know what I don't even need to know what Patrick's got to determine this one.
Okay, well then prove it.
I can't, well, because if Patrick is leaning one way, it doesn't matter what I do. But if he's leaning another way, it does.
That's by the way, y'all. That's classic. I've been doing podcasts forever.
Yeah, I love power. I love
thinking.
power. I love power, Ray. Okay, yeah, you got me. I love power. I love it. I've actually changed my mind.
Okay.
While we've been, I'm going with Scorpion because the only thing preventing Scorpion from beating Master Chief is the suit that absorbs the fire, and if he can get through that, it's over. Right? Like Master Chief, he can counter the teleportation with grenades and has way more firepower, etc. But one crack, like Ray said, done. So I got Scorpion, and I love Mortal Kombat better than Halo. So sorry, Dave.
So, question for you, Tony. Who do you think?
Yeah, that's a good reason there.
Who do you think? Who do you think Patrick picked?
It doesn't matter. I know who won already.
Right. I'm just curious.
Master Chief.
He picked Scorpion.
Did he? Yeah. So did Dan. That was Dan. Yep.
So I'm out on the island all by myself here. That's
well, I had originally picked Master Chief, but in listening to the conversation, I was like, I like Scorpion better, so I'm going to pick him.
And that's why I didn't tell you, because I knew you were going to pick Master Chief.
Well, I didn't, though, so we don't know.
You're right. You picked correctly.
Well, I'm always correct.
So the Chief's gone.
Every week I win this show.
The number 2 seed gone already.
Ray, the winner of this show is me.
Let me tell you, Dave. I knew
yeah,
Master
Patrick
Chief
just threw his phone at that.
I knew Master Chief wasn't long for this tournament when Doom Slayer went out in the first round, and they're mirror images of the same character.
Well, it's
Just
tough
Master
when you
Chief
just have
and
like
Sonic,
a person.
Sonic's taking this fucking bracket, Ray. That's all I'm telling you.
Fucking Loyola Marymount, baby.
Yes.
Hey.
Villanova for the win, baby.
Right, Valparaiso. Shout out to Bryce Drew.
Yeah.
Sweet 16, y'all. Number 1 seed Kratos versus the number 13 seed Sonic, and the number 3 seed Samus Aran versus the number 7 seed
17.
Scorpion.
I was gonna say, did we get a 17? R2D2 is the 17th. Yeah, there you go.
So let's see where we are. All right, gentlemen. Shall we turn the page?
Let's turn it.
I don't think this is going to be as interesting as the last bracket. So.
Oh, don't count on that, man.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I want you to check the journalism I just did there. Turn the page as I turn the page to the World Comics bracket, gentlemen. You know where we stand. Omni-Man defeated the Midnighter. Hellboy defeated, much to the chagrin of my niece and my daughter, Deku from My Hero Academia. Optimus Prime beat Tommy Oliver, rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Invincible beat Michelangelo. Spawn beat the Crow, who doesn't matter because he'll just come back to life again anyway. Bloodshot beat Vampirella. Sarah Pazzini, the Witchblade, was upset. The only upset of this bracket by Sailor Moon.
That sounds like a dish I would order at an Italian restaurant, Sarah Pazzini.
Can I get the Sarah Pazzini?
I'll take another glass of fucking red and a syrup Mazzini.
And Homelander beat Judge Dredd. Let's get into it, boys. Our 1 versus 8 Omni Man,
Oh, look at
the
him
number 1
charge into the
seed,
combat.
versus Hellboy. Now,
Oh,
this could be a bigger matchup than you think because Hellboy is big, Hellboy is durable, and Hellboy has uh, some world level, like, um, not weaponry, but attacks. Like he is definitely if this he was a mutant, let's call him an Omega level threat, right? But Omni Man's Omni Man, bro. Omni Man destroyed everybody with just by himself. So Dave, where we going, my man? Omni Man and Hellboy.
This one's Omni Man. I think the only way that Hellboy kind of wins this whole situation is you would have to have him scale up dramatically and have like everything known to his arsenal all kind of come into play all at once. And like because Omni-Man's this ultimate Viltrumite sort of thing, and we haven't really seen it in the comics or in the show yet, but in the comics,
Hold on
there's
1 second. There's someone at my door. I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk about this. I'll be right back.
no, I mean there is an element of the Viltrumites that we haven't really discussed that is like a weakness for them, but we haven't really got into it so much in the show yet. But it is in the comics. Viltrumites, there's a specific frequency that can interrupt their inner ear equilibrium and their flight characteristics. Problem is, Hellboy, if you're going to meet randomly somewhere and he doesn't have any time to prep, he's not going to have this Viltrumite frequency sonic weapon. Yeah, I mean, you basically have to have Hellboy turn into the worst incarnation of him possible and go full hell mode to have any sort of chance on this thing. And even then, I think this is kind of a rout. I got Omni-Man winning this one pretty handily. Tony, what do you think, man? I kind of got an idea where you're going with this one.
no, this is a no-brainer. I mean, I think we all knew Omni-Man is destined to have a matchup down the road here. But, Hellboy's a great character, but he's just not Omni-Man, And if you know, you know. Omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. He's all powerful. Omni.
So this is the point of the show where I admonish all of you for choosing him over Deku, who would have gave Omni-Man a better fight, because Deku and Omni-Man built from the same shit.
Oh, ask me who I would pick between Omni-Man and Deku.
I'm not gonna ask that because I know the answer.
Okay, great, cool.
Patrick and myself both chose Omni-Man, clearly clean sweep. The number 1 seeds should go through because they're number 1 seeds. Dan too?
Dan chose Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Omni-Man can't block his dunk. I'll give you that.
He's like, Shams doesn't stand a chance. Sorry.
Are the Antetokounmpo brothers gonna join together like Voltron?
Did you see him troll? Did you see him troll Shams at the celebrity game? He's like, we got a great team, but Shams can't hoop. Everybody else is good.
Let's move on, boys. 5 versus 4, y'all. Optimus Prime.
Oh shit! Here they come.
Invincible. All right, guys. This one could be interesting because Optimus Prime is a galaxy level threat. One of the best tacticians and leaders in comics history. But Invincible is, who do I want to say Invincible reminds me of? Invincible is that dude who, no matter how bad you beat him up, will never stop. He has the most resilience of anybody, of any character we may have ever seen. Captain America, Steve Rogers says he can do this all day. No. Invincible, Mark Grayson can do this all day. Patrick picked Invincible. Percival, who do you have?
So, I've recently started playing Undisputed, the boxing game for PlayStation. A great game. So fun. There's a few things that I don't like about it. Tune in to DWI.
I've been playing that for a while, man. So
Dan and I talked about it, the things we didn't like, but it's a great callback to like Fight Night, EA's game that was amazing. And I picked the nickname Unbreakable. Because no matter how much you hit me, I'm not going down. I'm going to beat your ass. Like, I'll sit here for 12 rounds and just jab you in the face forever. He's invincible for a reason. I understand Optimus is optimal and Prime is the number one. But, man, let me tell you, I'm going to have a hard time picking anybody over Invincible.
Is that foreshadowing?
It's foreskin. Oh, sorry.
In a flash, my friend. In a flash.
Roses are red. Foreskin
Violets
is flappy.
Roses are red. The Flash is red and yellow. Let me tell you something about me, fellow.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave. Who you got, brother?
So because I'm not the biggest Transformers fan, I actually did a little bit of research on this sort of thing. And there are some scenarios where certain versions of Optimus might be able to pull this off. Certainly not the Michael Bay version. That shit ain't happening. Optimus is kicking his ass. But there are, and like the one that stand out, Cosmic Amped Optimus is one of the ones that I saw where them noting that this version of Optimus would have a shot. But the problem is you've got, Mark's got the speed. He's got the advantage of flight. He's got the raw striking. And the big thing that you guys mentioned, that unstoppable durability that Mark Grayson has. He's part Viltrumite. We've seen him take an ass whipping from Omni-Man. So, I mean, I'm with Tony. I got Invincible as well here. But it's a decent fight.
Do you think the fact that the people that Mark is aligned with will show up faster than probably any other person in this tournament is aligned with, and the fact that he's invincible has unbelievable durability that at some point his friends are going to show up to help him too in his fights in a random meeting?
Not faster than the Transformers. Not faster than Bumblebee and the boys. They roll.
Probably
not.
Well, I think there's just so much power. I'm talking moving forward. I think Mark could beat up like an entire line of Transformers.
It's possible.
Good, Ray.
I'll tell you this. I seen it with my own eyes. I watched him beat, I believe, 12 of his doppelgangers.
You were there?
He was.
I was technically there. I seen it.
Which iteration? Dave, which iteration?
I have no idea. I'm not a Transformers guy.
Ray Cash, the 6-7?
Oh, it's Ray's 452nd iteration. Yeah.
6-7.
6-7. Stop this. Just stop it.
I'm trying to make us relevant. We're old.
Please.
Very.
I don't want to be relevant that way.
He also beat Conquest, and when Conquest had never been defeated. So, I mean, Optimus is bad, but he's not as bad as a dude who's thanking you for whooping his ass because you've given him his greatest joy he's gotten in millennia. It's kind of just rough. So, yeah, we're all on Invincible, guys. We all... And yes, you called it, Tony. You called, or Dave, whichever one of you it was. It felt inevitable since the beginning. I played it that way. Omni-Man versus Invincible, Sweet 16.
I know who I got already.
Come watch us. 6-3, y'all. I really want you to think about the 6-3. Because if you're just looking at it, we know a lot about Spawn, because we're old. We don't know a whole lot about Bloodshot. This might be the best matchup of the entire second round. Because you have a guy who's basically powered by the powers of hell against a guy who cannot die because he's powered by the powers of nanites. So anything he does, it will basically heal himself. So basically neither dude can really get hurt in this fight. So it basically comes down to who's the better fighter that can put the other guy down for it's almost like remember those Texas death matches where you got to pin them for a count of 3, but they say you got to stay down for a count of 10. This is like a Bandwagon Nerds death match. So, Dave, Spawn, Bloodshot, Oh, if you're ready, Tony, go ahead.
Did you want to go first, Dave? I just
You can go first.
I think Spawn's magic can, redirect, the nanites, etc. I think the arsenal is so much more powerful for Spawn. So I got Spawn. I appreciate the matchup though. Like literally had to do tons of research to kind of figure out who I wanted here because it's closer than you think. But yeah, I think at the end the overwhelming arsenal of Spawn is going to take care of Bloodshot.
Those of you listening, go read Variant Comics. Bloodshot is a fantastic read. Just for those of you who don't know much about him. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I don't think this one's very close at all. I got Spawn in a walk here. I think you could
dog walk his bitch ass.
He's gonna dog walk him. Spawn's Spawn's baseline is superhuman physical strength and reality bending demonic utility. This guy has basically been brought back from hell to go and round up the worst demons possible. Bloodshot is absolutely terrifying in a more kind of like a grounded sort of setting, that sort of situation where he can use the nanites, which is going to give him extra regeneration. This is a guy who's survived being ripped in half. He's like the Darth Maul of Variant Comics sort of thing. He's got the enhanced strength and speed and some adaptability, but at the end of the day, in this sort of situation, he's kind of like an advanced, super scaled up cyborg, super soldier sort of thing.
That's exactly what it is.
And I just think, I think Spawn's got all the advantages. He can win with range blast, if you're up close and personal, he's got too much power for Bloodshot. So I got Spawn winning this, unless you really just were to nerf the shit out of Bloodshot and even the playing field a little bit. So I got Spawn winning this one, man.
Well, Bloodshot is essentially a human computer. He is a cyborg, but he doesn't have essentially the mainframe or the hard drive like a cyborg does. He still has his own mind, but he can tap in to things to see everything and be everywhere, right? I don't think, if I remember correctly, that the nanites and him being tapped into the grid, so to speak, gives him. It's not like Taskmaster level. I learned powers all of a sudden, but he is able to learn things quickly. Like in the movie with Vin Diesel, he didn't know how to fly a plane, so he literally just closed his eyes for 5 seconds, and all of a sudden he's been flying a plane for 30 years, right? That kind of stuff. But to that point, as much as he can heal himself, as much as he has super strength, he's super fast and super durable, he does not have any actual offensive threats outside of his hands. Spawn don't even gotta get close to this dude to handle him. So, and again, you don't have, this is not defeat by death. It is defeat by win by defeat. Put him down, bro. That's all you gotta do. And Spawn do that better than almost anybody that we got in any of these 4 brackets. So I'm with you guys. I have Spawn. Patrick also has Spawn. Clean sweep again. I'm going to ask you, for the goodness of my daughter, this next round, do not let this be a clean sweep. Because she will get mad and I'll get told off. Because we have the queen of all things anime, Sailor Moon.
It's our last matchup, right?
Yes, against the Homelander. And dog,
can I tell you that?
Let me go first.
Can I tell you that Grok has a decisive 9 out of 10 times victory for Sailor Moon?
And I'm going with Sailor Moon, basically, because the more that I researched this and looked into it and started really getting into Sailor Moon's power set, dude, if that's accurate, Homelander has 0 chance in this match, because you're talking about galaxy shifting power. Basically like the cosmic force. She's an anime version of Silver Surfer, kind of on steroids a little bit. And Homelander's badass and all that sort of stuff, but he's not going to survive. And the more I've looked at this, Tunny, I'm not sure anybody survives Sailor Moon in this bracket. The more that you really dig down into what she can do, the power set that she has, the things that she can do. Yeah, Homelander's kind of like Superman, sort of, without the kryptonite ability. But yeah, I kind of like ran it through AI in a few different places. Sailor Moon wins this in a route almost every single fucking time. You can't ignore that. I'm not going to ignore that. Homelander's a piece of shit and he's badass, but really, what's he going to do against her? Laser beam? You going to laser her tits off? That's not going to work. I got Sailor Moon winning this thing. I am convinced that the more I've researched this and looked at the analysis and kind of like broken down the power set, God, I'm going Sailor Moon on this one. It will not be a sweep, Ray. And I'm actually curious to see what Tunney's going to do, if he's going to buck the trend and go against all of this information and just go with his experience with Homelander. But if you do, it's probably because we haven't watched enough Sailor Moon.
Before we go to Tunney, I just want to say to you, David Ungar, history will look fondly on you upon this day. I just want you to know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can we get Patrick's pick before Ray? Before I
Patrick
give me a
picked
Dan's
Homelander.
pick, and then Ray goes last.
Pat picked Homelander. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh shit. Dan picked Homelander too. So it's down to me and Ray.
Yeah.
And I'm
You want to
going
go
last.
first, Ray? Or you want me
Nope.
to go?
I want you to go first.
Well, if he picks Homelander, it doesn't matter then. But see, on paper it seemed real easy, didn't it? But you did the same sort of legwork that I did, and now I could see that Tunney's got questions.
I'm gonna do something that we do in that happens in poker, which is like I raise or check in the dark, which means like I'm out of position, but I want position because I'm first. So I'm gonna intentionally tell you what I'm gonna do.
He's undecided and wants to break the
so-
tie.
So what I'm gonna do is whatever Ray picks, I'm gonna pick. So Ray, your pick is worth 2.
That's the most bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I hope you know.
And that's how much I hate the trapping and
I actually think that he's on the fence on this one. So
I am. So Ray, I'm gonna let you tell me what we're picking and who wins here. It's either 4-1 or 3-2.
That's a cop out as fuck, but that's fair.
I'm never on the fence, but today I'm gonna take my one time. Because you guys know me as decisive as fuck, but I'm going to lend myself to Ray's opinion here because I love you, buddy.
So thank you. I love you too. I added Sailor Moon to the bracket for a reason. I remember watching Sailor Moon as a cartoon as a kid. I knew Sailor Moon before I knew Dragon Ball Z.
Ray's picking Homelander. It's
and I don't know why you say that. But I'm very happy, truly, that she's getting her just due because she really is the godmother of modern anime. And not just Sailor Moon, but all of the Sailors, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus, the whole squad. They badass, bro. They badass. They're also like 13 years old. They also aren't great fighters, just super powered and have a lot of love in their hearts. They also are very empathetic and don't like to fight, but fight when they have to. And then you come to the Scourge of the Earth.
Yeah.
Has he just had a full glass of milk, Ray? Has he just had a full glass of milk?
Straight out the titties. Straight from the titties.
Yeah. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he didn't drink it out of the glass. He went straight. Went straight from the
I didn't want to be the bad guy. You be the bad guy. You tell everybody who wins.
That's fine.
So, power to... No. Dave, I need you to understand. You're the only one right. Because power to power, there is no competition. But when it comes to who wants it more, who needs to win, who will do everything it takes to win, many a times, we're whether it's pro wrestling, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA, whether it's any type of combat sport, there have been so many times where there's a dude or a lady who is way more skilled and doesn't win because the other person got that dog in him. Homelander got that dog in him. Homelander will do everything in his power to defeat Sailor Moon. Homelander is the type of dude that'll go kill the rest of the sailors before he even fights Sailor Moon to throw her off a game. That's Homelander. Homelander the type of dude that'll tell Homelander in the creepiest, most Kevin Spacey way possible, "I liked you." Think it's on some Terror and Deathstroke type shit.
You
Just to
never
her
get
close.
to tell me what to do ever again.
That's fine.
I'm picking Homelander, and I need you to understand, Dave.
I understand.
You are so right.
I understand. I went with. I am thoroughly comfortable with my pick on this one.
You went with,
and
you
that's
went
all
with
right.
skill. You went with skill over desire. I went with desire over skill. But the reason why I gave that plea was because I couldn't in good conscience pick Homelander, but somebody had to.
Homelander's in the finals of his bracket now because he's going to beat Spawn's ass. So we'll see if he fights Omni-Man.
I don't know,
or
but we'll see
Invincible.
about that.
I don't know what that is.
We'll see about that.
Please, come on.
But-
if you can beat Sailor Moon, he's beating fucking Spawn.
No, because Spawn got that same dog that Homelander does.
Well, if you're going on Ray's parameters, Spawn is going to want to rip Homelander's head off and shit down his neck.
Listen,
So,
Dave, the only thing I go by is booking by Tony.
all right.
So guys, every bracket, if you watch March Madness, every now and then you run into one that's chalk. Our Sweet 16, y'all, is chalk. Our 1, Omni-Man faces the 4 Invincible. Our 3,
Father,
faces
son.
the 2, Father versus Son. Our 3, Spawn faces the number 2, Homelander, racist versus black man. What can we do?
That World
Thank
Comics,
you.
that World Comics bracket. No, the video games comics bracket. The video
That's
games
all
bracket,
messed up.
That's
Yeah,
all
that-
messed up though. That's a good.
and that's a good thing. That is
It
a good
is
thing.
not, because I don't know how
I
y'all
can't.
let
I
this
can't
bitch
wait
ass
for
dude.
Sonic to beat Omni-Man in the final four.
Sonic and Scorpion in the finals, man.
All right, guys.
Wild, bro.
Thank you, Ray, so much for that awesome stuff. We'll see. I guess we have decided off air that we're probably going to delay the next 2 brackets for a week because I'm going to be in Los Angeles next week. Patrick's still going to be in Florida, and it's just like we should both be here for that one because that's going to be a pretty big one. Before we cut out of here, guys, the last segment of the day. What you watching, Tony? Let's go to you first, man. What you been watching this week?
Golf.
Okay.
Yes, they're a Pebble. No, I haven't picked
And
up
playing
much.
Undisputed, apparently.
I've been playing. Yeah, I've been playing the boxing game. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has just been phenomenal. But other than that, Next Level Chef, that's been pretty good, and that's it for me.
Okay. Ray, what you been watching, man?
Dog. Alex fucking Cross. If you guys don't watch that shit, Alex Cross with Aldous Hodge, you guys know him better as Hawkman from the Justice Gang, not League, Justice Society. Fantastic fucking actor. Alex Cross is one of the James Patterson. If you guys don't know who James Patterson is like one of the most famous writers in the game, and he created this character named Alex Cross, who's like Sherlock Holmes but in our lifetime. But it was imperative from the moment he made the character that Alex Cross is a black dude from DC. And there's been many times that they've tried to make a movie or a series with Alex Cross, and they tried to make him white, and James Patterson wouldn't give him the rights because he said, "You're gonna do it right." Tyler Perry played the role.
Sounds like a song lyric. If you're gonna do it right.
Tyler Perry played the role in the movie, which was a good movie, even though Tyler Perry ain't the best actor.
Roses are red. My friends are tight. If you're gonna do it right.
Roses are red. Don't hurt your back. Make sure you cast Alex Cross as black.
Roses are red. Windows are glass. Make sure you tune into Attitude of Aggression to find out who has dead ass.
That's the only
Happy
new thing I
Valentine's
watched.
Day.
That's the only new thing I watched. I watched a couple of movies. Wrecking Crew with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. Very, very fun movie. Really fucking fun.
I can't even remember what I've been watching this week. I'm almost done with Wonder Man. I'm like at the last episode, which has been an excellent series.
Right?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms, of course.
How brilliant, though, Dave, comment on this. How brilliant was it to grab Ben Kingsley's character as the Mandarin and just kind of infuse, like it makes Wonder Man.
Well, he's the star of the show. I mean, as good as Yaya is, he's been awesome as well. But it's Ben Kingsley's kind of the anchor,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
But also the guy who's running the Department of Damage Control.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, he's from Secession as well. I can't remember his name, but great character. Yeah, I just want to reiterate how great Wonder Man is because Ray and I loved it, and I'm glad you're loving it, Dave.
I am, and the dogs have had enough of this whole episode, I can say. So let's let everybody know where they can check you out. Yeah, let you know where they can check you out on social media so I can shut them up, man. Go ahead. Tony, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you and Ray.
I'll do mine. Oh,
you're going to do your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you. I just first want to ask who let the dogs out. But follow me. Yeah. Who let you out, you little fuckers? You can follow me at PC Tony. Follow Chairshot Radio Network on all your favorite streaming platforms, thechairshot.com, prowrestlingtees.com/thechairshot, and attitudeofaggression.com. Most importantly, tons of great stuff going on over there. Like if you need something to get you through your day during the work week, you need to be listening to us because we got you covered. Ray?
Roses are red.
Violets are mellow.
Hulk like to smash.
Sheamus is a fellow.
Don't come follow me at It's Ray Cash.
Tony already gave you all the information for me at Attitude Ag on X and that sort of thing. The YouTube channel, Attitude of Aggression. Go check that out. The website, attitudeofaggression.com. Go listen to some episodes on Spotify. There can't be like nobody listening on Spotify. So, go do that thing. But that's going to do it for this week. Tony and Ray will have something fun planned for next week as we're all out. Most of us are away from the keyboard for next week. But until then, total chaos. Get out of the basement. Get some sun. Roses are red. Violets are blue. My dogs have had enough. We'll see you guys soon.